don't even know what day it
I don't
is.
even tell you.
Okay, collective deep breath. Okay, welcome everyone. This is Time Management Tuesday. And before we went live, Megan and I were just talking about how December is for me, definitely, and I know for a little bit for you too, has been a bit of a rocky road. So this is the perfect time to talk about time management tips.
Yeah, and like the cringiest for me of the cringy of the time management email inboxes. Like I just want to hide under my desk and you can just hack it.
Listen, I have a pet peeve about this because so many people say, I'm just overwhelmed by what's in my inbox. And I'm like, why? Like, just deal with it every day. And I have a lot of tips on how to deal with inbox, but I picked 3 today. And I actually think I put a 4th in the description. So I should go look. But let's talk about 3 ways to manage your email efficiently. And it's never perfect. I'll say that right now. It's never perfect, but there are definitely things you can do to put the odds in your favor. So one of those ways is to only have 2 mailboxes. 2.
I get to check that box. That's ding. I got that one.
Okay. And here's the thing. If you have more than 2 that you use on a regular basis, have 2 forwarded to a primary one. So the one you look at every day. So you don't have to go. I know people who have like 5 mailboxes. And honestly, some of them are my clients. And they keep they're changing their mailbox. Every once in a while, like, oh, could you send it to this? And the one they signed up for, they don't want to use anymore. They want to put it in a different one. And I'm like, ah. So that leads us into tip number 2. Have one for chasing shiny objects and have your primary one for when you're actually signing up for something or for someone you want to consistently see the content.
So if I have, because I have like my personal, my Gmail back when there was still invite only. That's an old account. And then I have my hello@Megan one for business, right? So should I use my personal one for shiny objects?
Well, how many emails do you have in your Gmail account?
19,375.
Oh my God. Okay, 19,000. How many are unopened?
Probably 19,375. No.
It's really not acting as your personal email inbox, right? Like personal inbox to me means that's the one I give to family and friends. What you're talking about probably is the one I'm saying, set up one for chasing shiny objects. Coaches are giving out free this, free that. You want to grab it, right?
Got it. So I get another check. I get a ding, 2 mailboxes, 1 for shiny objects. Great.
That's right. And I do the same thing. My Gmail address is not the one I give to family and friends. It's my chasing shiny objects email address. And I go in there maybe once a month and I scan them and I go, God, I chased a lot of shiny objects. Do I even want any of these at this point? And then if I want them, I open them up, I print or I save to my computer, and then I delete in mass. Click on the top one, hold down your shift button, click on the bottom one, it all highlights and hit delete. It's a beautiful thing. Okay. So
very cathartic.
It's amazing. It's like cleaning house, the places. And imagine when you're looking at an inbox that has nothing in it. Okay. And I'm going to be perfectly transparent. At the beginning of the week, I go in on a Sunday night or a Monday morning. I go in and I do that. Click on the first one, hit shift, quickly look down. This is in my primary box even. Quickly look down and go, I don't need any of that came through. Click on the last one, hit delete. Once in a while, do I make a mistake? Yes. But for those of you, very rarely, because now I'm used to it, right? I know what I need and what I don't, right? I don't need all those Macy's coupons if I'm not shopping this week. And I can always go find them if I decide to hit up Macy's, like, oh, I think I got a coupon. What's my hair doing? All right. And you can go back. So that's actually an extra tip. The way I go through my inbox is hit the first one, hit the shift button, scan them down. I don't need to open every single one of them. People, if you're opening email, you don't need to open every email. You're actually smart enough to scan and go, I don't need that one. So That's tip number, I don't know, whatever, right? So
Yeah. 2.5.
only have 2 emails. If you have more than that, have them forwarded so that you're only dealing with 2 emails. Number 2, have one for chasing shiny objects. That's my Gmail. And number 3, which is one I use all the time, if you're currently working on a project or a client or something like, for me, it was the PPP loan, right? Every email, I create a new email box on the side. I create a special mailbox or folder. And I just, once I deal with it, I save it in there because I know I'm going to have to reference it in the future again. Eventually, then again, twice a year, I go through those side mailboxes or folders I've created, and I delete the old ones that I don't need anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think in the description, I put one other tip. I think I put one other tip. I did. Let me look.
You have create mailboxes for important people. Oh, on this side.
Yeah, in the description, I said go through daily and delete unnecessary. And here's the other thing. I try to unsubscribe to at least 3 a day. So even in my primary mailbox, sometimes I subscribe to things that I don't need. Because I think at the time, no, this is a good one. I'm going to want this to my primary mailbox. And then I give my primary mailbox. But if I take every single week and I say, I'm going to delete 3, unsubscribe to 3 each day. It's manageable. It's easy. I don't let it build up because I have people who get so locked up because they have so much they have to unsubscribe to that they'd have to sit down and do 2 hours a day if you let it build up. But if you just make it manageable, delete most that you don't need to read, but pick 3 a day that you're actually unsubscribing to. And you can't believe how quickly your inbox cleans up to where you're only then seeing what you need to see. And it's a huge time saver.
Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of check this one for create mailbox for important people and go through every day. Because my VA, he's amazing. And he's like my email Nazi, right? This is a terrible word to use. He's my none with the ruler. How about that? He's my none with the ruler.
He's the manager of your email.
Yes, yes. And he's making sure that everything's clean in there. He has me on this tool called Streak that integrates right with my Google Gmail. And so I can tag certain people as certain phases through a project, and it'll remind me, and I can create lists and comments. It's almost like a CRM right there integrating with my Gmail, which is great. So I can see a green tag when I see a big green tag come in, I know that that's from one of my clients that we're currently working on something.
Interesting. Never heard of that. Is that free or is that for?
Yep. I'm sure there's, paid plans and stuff too, but I'm on the free plan for Streak. STREAK.
STREAK. I'm going to look that up. Not that I think I need it at this point. I think I have my email box pretty under control, but I always like to be in the know of new things that are coming out. So, all right. So Time Management Tuesday, get control of your inbox, right? We're at the end of 2020. 2021 is right around the corner. How many days away? Not soon enough. Not soon enough for me, I'll tell you that. But get your process down for your inbox. Make it part of your routine. Once you make it part of your routine, hi, Lamora, it makes it much easier, right? I do the same thing over and over again every day, and now I don't give it any thought. It's just my routine, and it works. So if you're overwhelmed by your inbox, which so many people are, follow these 3 tips and get your routine down. Right? One of the things I find with time management, you know me, I always say it's not time management, it's really mind management. Creating those mind tricks that help you get through the day because you're not managing time. Time is only limited. You can't make more of it. You've got to do your best within that area. So it's really managing your mind. Not the same thing works for every single person, which is why there's so many books out on time management. And there's so many, right? I have a free PDF on my website, but we're going to be rolling it out again. We're modifying it and updating it. It's so important to get control of your inbox because it is the biggest time sucker ever if you don't have control over it.
Yeah.
So Carolina is saying, let's see.
Archive.
I flag the important emails I do not want to delete or until I get to them. Okay, so I don't use the flag, but again, great tip. If this works for you, then you want to use what Carolina does, right? But I just keep it in my inbox until I deal with it. After I deal with it, if I know I'm going to have to reference it in the future, I put it in a mailbox folder, right? That I label for that project or that client. But the flag method might work for some of you. And then the archive does not delete them, simply store them away and out of your inbox. Yep, you could do that too. Again, I don't do it that way, but if that works for you, find your tricks. Find your tricks, because it's a time sucker for sure. Okay. All right. So that's all live for today. That's Time Management Tuesday. Are we here next week on Tuesday? What's next Tuesday?
The 30th?
Nope. Tuesday is the 29th.
Uh-huh.
And that's my birthday, the 29th.
Oh,
So
well, happy early birthday.
Thank you. I wonder what